with Rodigan on your radio.
He was named Little Roy because he was little when compared to the adults who were in the business when he started out at the age of 12 voicing for Cox and Dodd. The name stuck as Little Roy grew in stature to become one of reggae's most highly respected artists. A collection of his early recordings for the excellent roots label Tafari Records has now been compiled on a new album entitled Packing House. We'll find out why it's called Packing House later on. It also features friends of Little Roy such as the Heptones and Dennis Brown. And one of the hottest DJs at the time, I've always been a bit of a fan of this man, Winston Scotland. Little Roy joins us live tonight on Kiss 100 to guide us through this excellent album on Precious Sounds. Little Roy, it's a great pleasure to have you in the house.
Rastafari, every time.
Hurt not the earth.
Yes, you know, that's something we have to do. Don't hurt the earth.
This should be for Greenpeace.
Hurt not the earth, nor the sea. Oh no, till 140 and 4,000 be free. Desert, not the earth, nor the sea. Oh no, you can't destroy God's monarchy. God and history shall record your judgment. Dread and them scientists, he has prepared his throne for judgment. I know they just can't resist. God and history shall record your judgment. Judgment is at hand, and because them causing so much pollution, the air is filled with pollution. Nothing they can do about it. Their minds are filled with confusion, and every day them keep on living. They keep heading for total destruction. Them keep heading for total destruction. They keep heading for total destruction. Them keep heading for total destruction. I'm saying. I'm saying. Hurt not the earth, nor the sea. Oh no, till 140 and 4,000 be free.
An inspired recording by Little Roy, available now at last. Did they press many of that when it came out, Roy?
No, this song, it was made, but it didn't come out. You know?
Not even a little white label circulating in Jamaica?
No.
It was new to me, and yet when you hear it, it's like, because it's classical, it's like, this is obviously one of Little Roy's pieces, but did it actually hit the street? And I was sort of scratching my head and wondering if it ever did.
No, it never did. You see these set of songs, some songs I was working on in the early 70s, you know? Me and my brethren Munchie. What about 2 albums of songs didn't release? You know?
Well, they're out now. Yes. The collection on Precious Sounds, Little Roy and Friends, Packing House. And let's go to a song called Ticket to Zion. How much of an influence was the Beatles on you? Were the Beatles on you?
Well, Beatles always make good songs, you know? And Ticket to Ride was one of my songs, you know? So that's how it got transformed to this kind of reggae.
Let's have a listen. Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Zion, the correct title. Little Roy, Sunday night on Kiss 100 at the root of the music. they got a ticket to ride and they can ride on Zion's side.
Yes.
So tell us about Tafari. How did it all come about? What caused you to form the label? And it's a very righteous, conscious organization. How did you get it all together and who did you do it with?
Well, I did it with, I started Tafari with Melvin Jackson, you know, a brethren called Munchie. But what really happened now, me and Munchie, the first two songs we made was Mr. T and Free for All. That's where the label started. Well, Munchie went back to America, so me and his brother, Maurice, continued the label, you know. We were lucky enough to have we always try to make good songs on the label, because if you know what Tafari is, you know that it's just pure good songs, you know?
And it's also inspired, of course, by your devout belief in Rastafari as a way of life.
Yes, that's the main thing with Tafari, you know? All the songs have to be godly.
And significant.
Yeah, it's significant.
And the significance of the song we're about to play is the fact that not only is it a great record, but it's also made by a friend of yours, a good friend of yours,
yes,
Leroy Sibbles.
Yes, in those days, you know. Well, you know, I know that Leroy is a Ras. It's just that him do have a dread, you know. But from those traditions, you know, he's nothing but just Ras, you know.
And had you, I mean, he was at Studio One, where he was all over the bass player and everything else, but how did he get into the camp? Because you were friends. What was his nickname as well? There was a nickname.
Well, Leroy was Pa, because he was like the teacher for us.
So he was Pa.
Yeah.
And you were?
Paluca.
Paluca.
Yes.
Where did that nickname come from?
Well, I have a brother named Paluca.
All right.
All right, and it's like, my friend see that me and him couldn't get along. So it's like they stick his name on me.
This is Leroy Sibbles as the Heptones, or with the Heptones and Revolution.
It soon be no good for me and you. We suffer our whole life through, nothing to gain. Oh, we feel the strain. I say yeah, we are black. Oh, and we suffer. Oh, that's a fact. We might go just anywhere, but society for us don't care.
This is so raw, it's so full of soul, fully loaded. Taken from the Little Roy and Friends album on Pressure Sounds, Packing House. That's the unmistakable lead vocal of Leroy Sibbles with the Heptones and Revolution.
Yes. Well, those songs are songs, you know, written and made in the Packing House, you know.
Now, tell us why it's, but hang on, before we find out why it's Packing House, can we play the version? Because this is rough.
Yeah.
Part 2. Mean. Baba Leslie.
Yes. He's an original trombone player, you know. But he resided in America. Yeah, that's where he did this.
He did this in America. He put the horn on in America.
Yeah, in America.
So where was the rhythm created?
The rhythm was created at this rhythm was made by upsetters. All right. This is like we were a close friend to upsetters. We were in the same area, you know, and he gave our label some rhythms.
thought it was called Packing House because you've packed the chalice so tight on the sleeve here that it's causing a bit of a fog. Studio kind of cloudy.
Yeah, it was always cloudy in those days.
Yeah. The real Ital is Vital, of course, from back in the day. Packing House. Now, seriously, why is the album called Packing House, Roy?
Because the whole vibe was created there, you know. Everything
Where?
in that area.
Give us a backup on it, because there was a story about this. It was somebody's mum's place. And
this place was like Munch's mother's place, all right? She was a woman, she supplied food to the prison and the hospitals. So the food that she get from the igloos, buy from the igloos to supply to these places. It usually be packed in the packing house, you know, drink and, you know, yam, banana, Irish, you know, so...
Irish mash.
No, Irish potato.
Oh, Irish potato. Let's give too many prisoners Irish mash and they might go off their trolleys.
Yeah. You know, so we had a sound, you know, in a section there. So that's how it's called, the packing house, you know?
I get it. So you did recordings in there? You had a little
we did voicing in there, not rhythms.
Right.
All right?
Okay. This is Little Roy and Rat Trap.
Yeah.
Will you tell me, yeah? Oh Lord, I pray. Will you tell me, yeah? The wise man builds his house upon the rock, but the foolish man builds his house upon the sand. A poor man save a city, yet nobody take it to heart. A poor man save a city because of his righteous thoughts. Yeah, 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 yeah. No houses on the land, but cities in the sea. No houses on the land. Tell me what is supposed to be. No houses on the land, but cities in the sea. No houses on the land. Tell me what is supposed to be. Is it a rat trap? The west is a rat trap. Down here is a rat trap. Rat trap. The west is a rat trap. Wise man builds his house upon the rock.
The players of instruments. One of the great things about the Tafari productions is the fact that they are all so lean in terms of production.
Yeah.
Who actually played on your rhythms? Who did you use most? Which musicians?
Well, I use the cream of the crop is always on Tafari songs, you know? From Sly and Robbie to, well, it started with Family Man and Carly, you know? They were always there for us, you know?
Wailers.
The Wailers, yeah.
Upsetters from, yeah.
Yeah, that crew. You know, Ronnie Bop, you know? There was Kappa.
The guitarist.
No.
Was he a guitarist, Kappa?
No, Kappa. He was the original
keyboard player.
Glenn Adams.
Yeah, keyboard player.
Glenn Adams, yeah, you know.
Lives in New York.
And when Tyrone just came as a youth, you know.
Tyrone Downey.
Tyrone Downey into the business, you know.
You had them all there. Tafari.
Yes, they were all Tafari, you know.
How did you come to discover Tafari, Rastafari? How did it come to you? How did it become part of your life?
Well, Rastafari became part of my life from I was like 14 years old, you know, because I was always amongst Rasta, you know.
The Rasta used to get a fight in those days?
Yeah, a lot of fight, you know, at home and abroad, all over, you know, school and everywhere, you know.
They didn't like what you stood for? They didn't like your hair? You didn't...
No, even some singers that are sick come turn, dread up them say them is dreadlocks, and I used to get a lot of fight from them from those times, you know.
What about this magnificent, glorious obscurity which has surfaced, and so many people are asking about this because it was quite a rare track by Dennis Brown?
Yes. Well, we were at a studio in Waterloo, you know, doing
Waterloo
Road.
In Kingston.
Yeah, in Kingston.
Just in case people think Waterloo Station in London. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was voicing a song in the they told the public to bring in their guns. So I was voicing a song on the rhythm called Give Up Your Gun.
So what was this studio in Waterloo, was it?
It was like a commercial studio. It wasn't really a recording studio. You know? It's like we just discovered it. It was somewhere that we used to buy honey from there.
Okay.
They had a lot of bee. So one day, now, I don't know, someone must be fast and go and, you know, and we discovered that it's a little studio.
Where you could do some voicing.
We could do some voicing. So we started bringing the quarter-inch with the rhythm and voice, you know.
Quarter-inch tape.
Yes.
Back in the day before digital tape. So Dennis had this song written. How did it go?
No, he didn't have a song written. He just came that day. All right, he knew we were up there, heard that we was up there, you know. Because I think Leroy was voicing the day too. And, yeah, me and Leroy was voicing the day. We voiced a song called Make Your Move. It was an Isaac K song. It's released as Pa and Palooka.
Okay.
That is the only song released under that title with me and Leroy.
Well, let's have a listen to this song that was recorded in a commercial studio used for making jingles and radio commercials back in the day, with Dennis Brown at the microphone.
Now you said you're through with me, but darling, you can set your little heart free. Even though you said you'd stick by me, oh darling, you can set your little heart free. I know my love was true, and baby, I was depending on you. But now you broke the golden rule. You made yourself look like a big damn fool. I thought you were mine, and I didn't realize you were leaving before the time. Now you say you're through with me, but darling, you can set your little heart free. Even though you said you'd stick by me, oh darling, you can set your little heart free.
Tragedy, the loss of the Crown Prince.
Yeah, cause this is like when he was like 16, you know? So, you know.
The purity of the voice.
Yes.
Little Roy, we're going to play Natty Yard. Now, this is a great song.
Yeah. Well, this song, you know, is just Rasta vibes, you know? Total Rasta vibes, you know? Chant down the Eden, you know, cause so Rasta used to see it from long time, you know, we don't play with Eden, you know.
Little Roy and Friends, a brand new album, Packing House. Great to have you on the show, Roy. Sunday night on KISS. Cosmic Jams coming up at 10 with Patrick Forge.
Step up and not dreadlock yard, I go do. Holy Panati, Holy Panati, Holy Panati, hey, Holy Panati, Holy Panati, Holy Panati, hey.
And Little Roy is most definitely in the house and will be in the Subterranean as well in concert. Watch out, you've actually, I mean, we're playing vintage stuff here, but we should bring, I mean, we haven't actually got the album because it's not complete yet, but we should bring things up to date because just recently a record we've been playing here on Kiss is a remake of Prophecy, which we're about to play in just a moment, the original version of Prophecy. But you have got a new album, haven't you? When's that actually
Yes,
coming?
I've got a new album. It's coming like the 12th.
Of November?
Yeah, the 12th of November.
So watch out because Little Roy will be on stage on the 10th of November with the Amerix Band, a full band at Subterranean. We're looking forward to that, Roy. It's going to be a great night.
No, it will be very great.
The Amerix Band.
Yes, it will
So
be great.
Prophecy, the remake of Prophecy is the current single. As I say, we've been playing that. And also the album coming soon.
Yes, it's...
in November. What's the album called?
More From a Little.
As in Little Roy.
Yes.
Well, we can't get enough of you, Roy. Thanks for passing through. We have to play this before we leave you. And or before you leave us. A message for your fans, Roy.
Love to everyone. That's my message.
Little Roy. We love you, Roy. Honor. And thanks for passing through. Little Roy was in the house. Original piece.
Looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Because I'm living, yet I can't be free. But freedom is a must, I know. No matter how the fuss and go on. Because I read these things in prophecy. It says when the rain stops pouring down and they ain't got no water, they're gonna bow down to the ground, wishing that they were around them. And when the stars start falling down and the fire is burning, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Everyone will be mourning. Looks like the moon, it doesn't shine for me at night. Why they've got to be so much evildoers in my sight. But no matter how they fuss and go, freedom is a must, I know. Because I read these things in prophecy. Oh, yeah. I said I read these things. Looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Because I'm living, yet I can't be free. me the most I know. No matter how they fuss and go on, because I read these things in prophecy. It says when the rain stop pouring down and they don't have no water.
Sleep.